Alright guys, so we're doing a bit much today. Let me check something real quick. This is going to be a kind of probably most likely longer winded opening because I'm starting to trade crude oil as well. This is crude oil. We never got back to an important level where I could trade, so we're going to let it ride. Alright, so with everything said, I missed out on this trade. Let me tell you why. Alright, so this area right here, it's already been through, yes, but it hasn't been through in a New York session. I mean, it has, but it hasn't created a second value area to block this area. Um, this is fresh. So this 1 day value area low is for the 14th of this month. Today is the 19th, so we're a few days away. And basically, what we did was what I seen this London liquidity area right here. It was questionable just because of how I viewed it. So I had marked it with the orange line, but it was right on top of the value area high from this day of value. All right. So we did a liquidity sweep. I was satisfied with the liquidity sweep. I was looking at it. I did see it on the turnaround. This was not my normal entry, but the reason why I had it right there is just to minimize my risk because lately I've only really been paying attention to 2 day value areas. And this is 2 day or more, and this is a 1 day. As you can see, we got a 3 day bear level up here. Um, so yeah, I'm not super confident about it, and it's also before market open. If it was during market open, I would have taken it. Let me say that again. If it was during market hours, actual market hours, not pre-market, I would have taken the trade. But the fact that it was pre-market gave me a little hesitation. Pre-market on 1 day value area high and value area low right near it. Like, we don't really have enough room to go anywhere far as cleanness goes. So I was a little bit hesitant, but um, we did create an order block right here. As you can see, we made a low. It's the last low candle. We did sweep that low, and then we proceeded to shoot up and actually have a fair value gap. Now that fair value gap was continued when this one didn't close the entire gap, which was also the signal. So therefore, the signal opened up there. So really, I should have just marketed right there with my stop loss here. And then shortly after that, as you can see, we tried to make a market structure shift. I mean, we basically did. Um, but we completed our market structure shift right here, which was above the value area and back inside the other side of the liquidity. Um, Now, after it did all this, I was very impressed. I did create this originally. This buy order wasn't here, it was here for the pullback. And this was when it was at this candle, I believe, at the 738 candle. So at 744, we did come back. We missed it by one tick. I do believe if I had an order there, most likely it would have tried to fill me. They would have been like, okay, we can boop. If not, it's not that big of a deal. I would have missed it fair, fair game. And then it's been riding higher. Now, I do want to note that, first of all, this is not an order block. This is the last candle. We would need to sweep this low for it to be an order block, and we did not sweep that low, so this is invalid. But what I want to notify is We didn't make very many fair value gaps on the way up. We had one right here, which we fell into and went higher, and we had one right here, which we fell into multiple times and went higher. So these order blocks have seemed to been working. Where's my target? My target is a little bit far. It is on that. It's 110 ticks. It is on that 3 day bear level. That 3 day bear level was touched overnight, as you can see. That liquidity level was made last night that we have. 3 day bear level. So I'm more interested in a move like that actually do all this, you know. Like, I mean, ideally, if I take that, I'd I'd basically bet on going through this. I'm sorry, it's my 10 minute desk. My 10 minute get to my desk thing. But yeah, just hesitation because before market open, we didn't want to really try to risk it. But yeah, 110 ticks was my target. Um, it's reasonable to try to reach that, but we are downtrending. But we do have a turnaround and a rather large turnaround. So we've hit this major level of inflection. We've basically reached a significant low here on our wave trend 3D. And then we have our crossover. So that would have been a perfect time to get in. Um, but my target stays the same. I don't see any other reason for any other targets. This order block is insufficient. You want to see last candle up, and then you want to see a sweep. This did not sweep this, so I do believe we can just go straight through that order block. Probably get to the bear level though. And also, I wasn't too keen on dropping in that level because we do have a 11 wide POC. We could always have tried to reach that. So, but yeah, so now this is invalid. We would need to see it kind of come back here and maintain and hold this area and basically make another pull high. So I'd get a worse feel most likely. And I do think if it gets in here and passes this low, I do think we're going to get to that level Y POC. So that's what we're looking at. That's it. So just remember that. Just remember that when we hit this liquidity area, um, one day before at 7 o'clock, we did play off of this, and also I did look at the news. We really didn't have much for news. We had let's see, we had building permits news at 7:30 a.m. That's the only thing we had. Today is Tuesday of March 19th. And when you look at it, we did have numbers. Our previous was 1.49 million. Um, Forecast was 1.50 million. So, you know, just 1 million more. And our actual was 152, 1.52 million. So that's good. Um, but it's not seeming to be much more than, you know, much more than anything. And you can see the 730. So 729 is right here. The 730 was that first up push with that fair value gap that we were hovering over, that we had our order on. And then 31 was what should have been our entry. And this is actually a pretty good thing. So if we did get in there, and let's say, because I did think about just going to the other side of this, but that doesn't make sense to me, not just yet, because this is a trapped area, and typically I just want to go through this. I don't really have any um I don't really have any knowledge of playing the actual value area highs and lows, like as targets and entries. And I mean, I have them as entries, but not as targets. Not the inside of them. Normally just the edge, whichever edge we hit first. So what that means is basically, if my target was like this, that would make sense to me, not this, and vice versa. If I was shorting, uh, if I was shorting, basically I take my target. There you go. I do that. I take my profit here, not here. That wouldn't make sense to me. So therefore, I did think about it because I was like, we're so close, but that's right there. That's splitting hairs because that's me wanting to make a trade last longer when I have no evidence it should. So that's it. We are 4 minutes to market open, but this is the pre-market, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and then start the live video. Okay. Also, once again, crude oil opened at 8, and we see it moving. But we're not really doing anything with it. We have a 1 day balance we hit overnight, and we just been going higher. Nothing to really see there. Okay.